What was the most ridiculous thing your cheating ex-boyfriend asked of you? My ex-boyfriend and I began dating in March. I suspected he was unfaithful when he said he'd prefer I don't post him on social media at all. He said that he wanted to keep our relationship private. I get that some people wanted a low-key relationship. But for some reason, it just felt off. He got to meet my mom and aunt. I got to speak with his family. We planned to visit them in person in July of next year. We were getting serious. He even came to my graduation. Soon after, he left for a weekend-long concert in Miami. He suggested we move in together, but I was against the idea. We compromised and concluded that once I landed a job, I'd move out. I was wrapping up graduate school when we made these plans. A week before I was to move out of my place to be with him, I found out on social media that he had been with another woman when he went to that concert in Miami. That very day, I also found out he was in Mexico with her. I tried to confront him. He didn't respond to any of my calls, so I ended up messaging him. In one of my messages to him, I mentioned that I understood that our relationship was already over. However, I didn't have anywhere else to go, so I'd rather stay at his place until I find a job. Pathetic, I know. But I still moved in with him. In retrospect, this was really the biggest mistake I ever made. I freaking ended my lease, so I had nowhere to be. I must add that I was in the process of interviewing for a role in his state. He ran with the narrative that I didn't move because of him. It was only because of my job. I told the other woman about my relationship with him. She basically told me off and stayed with him. She does not even have an idea how difficult it was for me to confront her. I am a recovering people pleaser, so for years, putting people's comfort before mine has been my toxic trait. Even when I saw pictures and videos of them on vacation in Mexico, I didn't message her because I didn't want to ruin her vacation. It's been 2 months of living with him, rubbing it in my face that he chose her. I went through their texts. He told her I used him, and that he loved her more. All the while, he was still telling me he didn't know who to pick. I found messages on his phone, where I saw the extent to which he had brainwashed her. They were both planning how to kick me out. The lady in question went to my high school and knew me from a distance. Eventually, I woke up and walked out of the relationship. I also got the job. I start in a few weeks. I'm so excited to move out and live my life away from this man. For context, I'm an international student. If you know what the current job market is like, you'd know international students barely have a lot of opportunities. Believe it or not, this is the only job that accepted my visa status and aligned with the program I studied. Before I moved out, he told me that he wanted us to keep in touch and still have fun. This idiot asked me to be his side piece. I walked out of the conversation because I believe I am worth a committed, loyal, and honest lover. After we spoke, he even drove 2 hours to be with her. I'm jealous because I still have feelings for him, but I know I deserve better so she can have him. Honestly, I want to tell the other woman everything that happened from my perspective. I would hate to see another woman go through this exact thing. I know she will eventually get hurt because he still cheats with other women. But on the other hand, I think it's better to leave them alone. Maybe I'll let karma get to them.